Look at me.
Please, you're hurting me. Stop it. Stop!
Let's go.
Let go of her.
We saw how quickly people intervened when our battered women were dressed like this. But will they be as quick to get involved when they're dressed a bit more provocatively? Once again, our actress bears the bruises of an abuse victim.
Hey, baby.
As she enters the diner and sits down, the boyfriend doesn't have much to say until she takes off her sweater.
Sleeveless. Nice. You're like half naked over here.
I was so excited
Yeah,
about
you're
today.
excited.
You're a disgrace and you're embarrassing me in front of all these people.
You disgust me right now. I mean, look at you.
She tries to cover up, but he won't stop.
No.
I took-
Let people see what you.
Shut.
Take it off. Take it off. Go ahead. Let the people see. Go ahead.
Look at me.
Oh, it's pulling on my...
It's unbelievable.
The abusive boyfriend storms out, but not one person approaches our actress. And even when the young man returns, people sneak a glance, but no one makes a move.
Don't come up with excuses. Don't come up with excuses. Quit. Shut up. Look at me when I'm talking.
Oh my God.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Before,
Thank you.
the reaction was instantaneous. But now, the troubling scene goes on for almost 25 minutes, and no one comes to the aid of the victim in the low-cut dress. Hi. So we introduce ourselves and ask, why not?
It really shook you up.
Yes, it did.
Sharon Jackson did try to call 911, but still, she's mad at herself for not doing more.
If I was in that situation and no one came to my rescue, I would feel really, really bad. So I just put myself in her shoes, and nobody helped her. And I felt guilty because at this point now, I should have and I could have done more, but I didn't. So that's what's upsetting me.
No one comes to the aid of our white actress, but will anyone try to help our African-American actress, Mari, also dressed in a provocative outfit?
What are you wearing?
Do you like it?
You're gonna wear that to meet my parents. Are you sick in your head? Are you stupid? Close the menu. Close it.
The abuse is causing quite a stir. These two diners hang on every word.
You know what? You screw up everything. You're a joke. You know that?
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
The woman gets up to alert the manager. When she returns, we tell the abuser to draw the couple in.
Just let's see what he tells us.
You know, she's crying, and we don't really want to get involved.
But I mean, I'm just asking you a quick question. Do you think that's appropriate to
You're
wear?
in a public place.
Right. But do you think that's appropriate to wear to go meet a person's
You're not
parents?
listening to me. I said you're in a public place, and you're embarrassing yourself as a couple.
Embarrassing themselves? What about her bruises?
I did see the bruises.
What did you think?
I was like, oh, this guy's been hit her before. Like, what is she doing?
Why not go up to her and console her?
I just figured it the way he was, if I stepped in, he would have just taken it out on her.
I was
So
just
you're
kind of saying that this wasn't the place for him to have that kind of discussion.
Are you saying it'd be better if they did this in private?
Yes.
Take it somewhere else. It's something we've heard before.
No, you're gonna talk to me right now.
It was March 2006, another what would you do scenario. A man abusing his girlfriend.
Probably need to just take it on out of here.
There's a time and a place for things. This is not the time, and certainly not the place.
Actress Karen.
Oh, I guess you're not supposed to whip your woman out here and maybe back at the house.
Mari, our battered woman, can relate.
He looked at me in my face and looked at my date and said,
You're embarrassing yourself as a couple.
as though I was partially responsible for it as well.
It's exactly what our expert predicted would happen before our cameras rolled. What will happen if the women dress provocatively?
If we go by the research on this question, people will be less likely to intervene.
Professor Raquel Bergen studies violence against women.
They'll be more likely to think she deserves it, she's getting what she asked for, and they'll be much less likely to step in.
We're back at the restaurant with Mari and her abusive boyfriend.
You know how many outfits you have? And you're gonna go pick that one?
You're so stupid. You have no idea.
I don't even know why I'm with you.
This man watches intently and can't believe what he's witnessing.
Don't touch my face.
What was that again? What was that again?
You're making a scene.
I'm making a scene.
People are looking at us.
People looking?
People are...
Yeah, because of you and this stupid dress.
He wants to do something, but what?
You always screw it up.
Do you hear me?
At another table, two women are clearly shocked.
I'll give you something to cry about.
They asked to have the manager call the authorities.
Okay, I'll go tell.
Of course, the police aren't coming. The women are so concerned, they ask to be moved. But that doesn't stop them from speculating about Mari.
Sit up straight.
If I were the owner, I would tell him to behave himself because he's upsetting the customers, and if he can't, get out.
Upsetting the customers? What about Mari, who's not just upset, she's headed for another beating?
You sick in your head? Sit up.
What are you doing?
I can't believe that you wear that.
Get the food.
As she sits alone, no one steps up to comfort her.
She's looking around like, is anybody going to help me?
Good question. While the two women may have changed tables, they haven't changed their minds about our battered woman.
She probably does a little work for him so that he can make some fast money. And then he sends her out whenever he needs her.
You hear me?
We put a stopwatch to it. 16 minutes go by and not a customer intervenes. And even when we tell these women about our experiment, they make no apologies for their assumption.
We were suggesting she might have been a hooker.
Yeah, and what did you think? The way she looked led you to believe what?
It was similar to the Rihanna case that has been on TV so much. All of a sudden I said, oh my gosh, this is taking place again in front of me.
But you told her she looked like a hooker, right?
Somewhat.
Would you have responded differently if she had been dressed more conservatively or if it was a white couple?
No, not at all.
Kevin Bourne and Tim Young saw everything. Bourne did get up to express concern to a waitress, but the guys weren't about to intervene directly.
For all I know, it could be crazy. You could pick up the knife next to him and, do something with it.
Too risky, he says. And well...
It's not my job to make someone feel better. They got to do it by themselves, I guess. I'm not a shrink, yeah.
Why such a difference in people's behavior when our battered women dressed like this? Did they look cheap?
There's a long history of that. What is she doing to deserve this? Oh, she gets it because that's the way she's dressed.
Our actress, Mari, is hurt and angry.
One woman even stated that she thought I was a hooker. Even if I was, does that still make it okay?
Remember, 1 in 4 women will be victims of domestic violence, often women you would never suspect. In fact, Mari is about to tell us a dark secret from her past, something we learned only after our cameras were rolling.
The marks that I have on me now that are makeup weren't makeup then.
It looked like this.
It looked like this.
That's right, for Mari, this role was once all too real. In her early 20s, she says, she experienced a violent episode in which she was held a virtual captive and brutally beaten by a boyfriend.
It's a living, breathing prison. I thought I was gonna die. Absolutely no question in my mind. I thought I was seeing the last few moments of my life.
But Mari survived the abuse, escaped that relationship, and now enjoys a busy career as a model and actor.
You glad you did this?
I'm so glad I did this. At first, I thought, do I really want to revisit? And I said, you know what, it's for a really, really good cause, and it could help a lot of people.
I think about the message that it sends to your viewers, that you can step up. Each of the people that stepped in felt that connection with another human being and felt that it was their responsibility. It gives us hope.